Welcome to Picks on the Bluffs NCAA Week 13 Pick'em. I am your host, Richard Reed, as always, and joining us via Skype is Sam Sprout, your current leader.
Peace out, people. Happy Thanksgiving.
That's right, it's Thanksgiving. It's, as some people call it in NCAA, rivalry. Say it for me.
Rivalry week.
Shut up. Say it for me.
I can't. Rivalry week.
Rivalry. There we go.
There you go.
Weekend, but and then a bunch of other stuff has come up that is a bunch of new stuff. Urban Meyer talking about going to coach at Ohio State, and he has declined it. What do you think about this? About your former Florida head coach?
I think he's an idiot. I think.
Phone call.
Oh look, my phone's ringing and it's Newt Gingrich calling for me to vote for him. Can you believe that? So no, I think he's an idiot. I think it's he really don't know what he wants to do. Am I going to coach for the Gators? Am I going to not coach for the Gators? Am I going to do this? Am I going to be ESPN? She couldn't answer the phone either.
Well, this is staying in. Keep going.
Okay. Keep going. So, I mean, I'm not backing him on this decision for sure. I think he just needs to stay with ESPN and deal with it.
I think right now they said that he said that he wasn't going anywhere. He was just staying with ESPN. But Ohio State has said something about that statement not being true. But we don't know about all this.
Exactly. Well, we won't know until it happens.
Exactly. But we also had a bunch of big upsets happen last week.
Oh, major upsets, man.
Well, Oklahoma State lost.
Yep.
Oklahoma lost.
Yep.
Who else was it? Let me see if I can. Oregon.
Did Boise lose?
No, I think Boise lost the week before last.
Okay.
And Oregon lost. Clemson lost.
I thought you said big games.
Clemson was number 7. What are you talking about? Yeah. All right, so let's get to the picks. Starting out Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, when you got your belly full of turkey and stuffing and dressing, we got number 25 Texas at Texas A&M.
Wow. And Texas being ranked number 25, I'm going to go with Texas A&M, who's unranked.
Oh, we also got I forgot to say that nobody either fell out or got into the top 25, so this 25 has been the same as last week. Texas, I think Texas lost too, but I'm not quite sure. So, But I'm going to pick them over Texas A&M. Their records were about equal, but I'm liking Texas in this one over A&M. Then we'll go to Friday. We had one of the biggest games this weekend. Number 3 Arkansas at number 1 LSU.
Arkansas is a good team. They really surprised me this year, but I don't think they've got enough for LSU. I think LSU is strong. I think they're going to end up going and being your national champions this year.
This one was a hard one for me to pick. Let's just say that in the LSU-Alabama game, Alabama beat LSU all over the field except in the scoreboard.
Right.
When Arkansas and Alabama played, Arkansas couldn't stop Alabama. But Arkansas has been all the top 3 have been a good 3 solid teams. But I guess I'm going to have to go with LSU. I think their offense in that Alabama game just had an off night. Don't know what they were doing, and they got lucky for Alabama's 2 missed field goals.
Yeah.
Maybe LSU's defense will step up against Arkansas. If not, I think Arkansas might upset them. So this is an upset alert.
Yeah, it could be.
Going to the next game, we have number 8 Houston at Tulsa.
And Tulsa not being ranked there one bit, so I think I'm going to go with Houston on this one.
Houston, another no name, but Houston's in the top 10. So
Yeah.
let's go with Houston. Houston. There we
Houston.
go. Houston. All right, next up we have in the last Friday night game, Iowa at number 21, Nebraska, who also lost last week, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be a Corn-husker fan this week. I think Nebraska's going to pull it out. Iowa really hasn't been in the top 25, I don't think, and I don't think they're going to do anything there.
I think we also said that we were going to be Cornhusker fans last week, and they did lose.
Yeah, so
I guess we'll have to be Cornhusker fans together, because I'm going
and
to
maybe
pick...
we'll sync together. Who knows?
And then we go to the big old Saturday games. Starting off with the Iron Bowl, number 2 Alabama at number 24 Auburn.
That's a good matchup. I mean, they're still a pretty good team there, but I'm gonna have to go with Alabama on that.
Alabama losing to LSU and then just playing their game and getting back to where they are.
And they still have a chance to get LSU again. Yeah. So we'll wait and see how that plays out.
But I don't think Auburn they're a talented team, Auburn, but I don't think they are talented enough to beat Alabama.
No.
So my pick is Bama. Roll Tide. And next up we have number 5 Virginia Tech at Virginia for the last spot in the ACC championship game.
And I think I'm going to go with Virginia Tech on this. What about you?
I got to cringe.
It's your favorite team.
Let me cringe as I say, picking Virginia Tech. Oh, so it'll be a rematch between Clemson and Virginia Tech in the ACC championship game. Ugh. Next up, we have number 22 Notre Dame at number 6 Stanford.
I'm gonna have to go with Stanford on this. I like the Fighting Irish, but I think Stanford's gonna beat them.
Either the last 3 or 4 weeks, Notre Dame has played subpar ACC teams and barely come out of there with a win.
Yeah.
I think Stanford's gonna steamroll Notre Dame.
Could very well happen.
Wyoming at number 7 Boise State.
Why Wyoming? No. I'm going to go with Boise State on this one.
I have to agree with you again. Boise State is, they're always there. That's all I can say is
Yeah.
Boise State wins. Iowa State, who got that big upset on Oklahoma State last week on a Thursday night nationally televised game at number 9 Oklahoma. Do you think they have another big upset in them?
I think Oklahoma will take Iowa State. Definitely.
So not another big upset.
No big upset there.
I'm going to agree with you again. Oklahoma stops that upset run. The Battle of the Oregons, Oregon State at number 10 Oregon.
I think I'm going to take an Oregon in this pick. Either way, it's an Oregon team, right? So I'm going to go with Oregon itself, not State.
Another agreement, because Oregon State has won 2 games so far this week. This year, not this. They've won 2 games. They played multiple games this week. No, they're not going to beat Oregon. Next up, we have another in-state rivalry. I'll get that right. And it's my favorite in-state rivalry. Number 7 Clemson at number 12 South Carolina.
Huh? Who are you going to take on this one?
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
Well, I'll tell you who I'm going to take. I'm going to go against your pick, and I'm going to take South Carolina this week.
I know a few people who have. But, I'm picking Clemson. That debacle of the loss to North Carolina State last week was That was stupid.
Yep.
But maybe we'll get our heads together this week and beat South Carolina and then play good in the ACC championship. So,
Yep.
and that's a beg from me. Next up, we have the Georgia in-state rivalry. Number 13 Georgia at number 23 Georgia Tech.
I think I'm gonna have to take the Dogs on this one. I think they've been coming out strong here lately, and I think they're gonna continue their roll.
Well, lately was last week. If you say lately, you can't really include last week because the 19-10 victory over Kentucky, that was all when they killed Auburn 45-7. You can't say that was a rollover. But,
no, it wasn't a rollover, that's for sure. But the last I heard, a win's a win.
That's true. But I'm picking Georgia as well if they can stop the option. If they can't stop the option and play like we did against Georgia Tech, well, you know what I'm getting at.
I know exactly where you're getting at. Yep, for sure.
All right, we'll go to a Big Ten matchup. Number 14, Michigan State at Northwestern.
I'm gonna have to go with Michigan State on this one.
That too, I'm also picking this. This and the next game have big Rose Bowl indications. The next three games have big Rose Bowl indications. But I'm picking Michigan State in this one. Ohio State at number 15, Michigan.
I'm gonna go back with Michigan again. I think Michigan, both teams are gonna roll this week.
Sounds like a good one to me. Both Michigan teams have been right there all season, and records are equal in the Big Ten as well. And then finally, number 19, Penn State at number 16, Wisconsin.
I think I'm gonna go with Wisconsin this week. I think they're going to pull it out. They're going to be at home, and I think they'll be able to do well.
That's who I'm picking, Wisconsin, with their good quarterback who transferred from North Carolina State. That was the big deal. It's been the big deal all season, and even some more of that debacle at Penn State has come up in the media. So, but we're not even going to talk about that on here. Let's just push that out of the way.
Yeah.
Don't want to be anywhere near that. So let's next up, Texas Tech at number 18, Baylor, who just did upset. Who'd they upset? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah. I'm going to go with Baylor on this.
If Baylor plays against Oklahoma like they did last week, and they play against Texas Tech like that, gotta keep my voice intact, Baylor wins. Hopefully.
Good choice.
And now to the unranked games we pick, starting off with a Friday night Boston College at Miami of Florida.
And I read in the paper this week as well that Miami did not make a bowl this year. Wow.
Well, what they've done is Miami does have the record to go to a bowl, but they will decline the bowl invitation.
Yeah. Well, they did all right. It wasn't the best team in Florida, but still, they did upset a couple teams in there. Mm-hmm. That was surprising. So, I'm gonna go with Miami this week.
That's who I've got to pick with. Boston College, 2 or 3 wins. You can't go at it like that. And, well, sorry, you're not going to win against a very good team that's just not going to go to a bowl because of their own free will.
Right.
Next up, Maryland at North Carolina State.
And it looks like I'm going to go with North Carolina State.
That's a good pick, even though don't like North Carolina State right now. Wish they would burn.
Why? Why do you have such hate for that?
We're not going to talk about that. And Maryland's about like Boston College. No, not a good record either. So North Carolina State wins. Phone ringing again?
Yep.
Next up, North Carolina matchup. We have Duke at North Carolina.
And I think I'm going to take North Carolina on this one against Duke.
Yeah, Duke in every game they played so far this season has been there at the end. It's just that they can't reach out and grab that win. I think this will be the game they get the win. Even though
you think Duke's going to pull it out then?
Duke will pull it out.
All right, that'll be interesting.
So another in-state rivalry: Vanderbilt at Wake Forest.
Yeah, I think go with Vanderbilt this week. Vanderbilt this week because
just ignore it.
Yeah, that's not ignoring it. I mean, they're on solicitors calling. I'm gonna go with Vanderbilt this week against Wake Forest.
You're just picking because it's an SEC team.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I'm picking the ACC team because Wake could be good enough. They'll win it somehow, some way.
Right, exactly.
Next up, we have two bad SEC teams going at it. Tennessee, who got their first in-conference win last week, at Kentucky.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
You think they'll get two?
I do. I think Tennessee's gonna pull it out.
I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was gonna go with Tennessee, but I guess my paper says I want to go with Kentucky.
So you're gonna go with Kentucky then?
I guess
Kentucky,
so.
who hasn't done much this season, right?
Yep. Well, neither team has.
Right.
So well, I'll go with Kentucky.
All right.
Against you. Here's the Mississippi rivalry: Ole Miss at Mississippi State.
I'm going to go with Mississippi State Bulldogs. I think they're going to be roll on over Ole Miss this week.
You can't pick Ole Miss over Mississippi State when Ole Miss has done nothing, and Mississippi State at least has a few wins under their belt.
Yeah.
So let's go Bulldogs in this one. And finally, the one you've been waiting for, the Florida State at Florida.
Painfully, I have to say it. I can't go with my Gators this week. I don't think they have the potential to do it. I don't think they have the quarterback to do it. I think Florida State's going to beat them.
You do?
Yep.
So you're picking Florida State.
Yes.
I don't have a Florida head around here, do I? Because I picked Florida.
You took Florida.
I took Florida.
Well, I hope you're right this week. I hope you win that pick, all right?
I don't have a Florida head anywhere in here. So, no Florida head. I got a... There we go.
There you go.
There we go. I'm going to do it.
All right, buddy. I hope you're right this week. I do, because, I mean, they're struggling this year, and, you know, I don't know. I think Florida State's got a stronger team this year.
I probably do, and I'm probably going to lose this one, so...
We'll see how it goes, right?
See how it goes. That's it for Rivalry Weekend. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody out there.
All right, that's it. Well, I'll see you all later.